is like on the top of some people's list.
It's a no for me. Nope. Blocked. As soon as I see him, I just call the cops.
Of course Edward's gonna be better than like Noah Centineo. You know what I mean?
Hey guys, welcome back, and if you're new, I'm Lauren.
And I'm Amanda.
And today we're going to be rating book boyfriends. We saw this girl on TikTok do a video of this and we absolutely loved it. We tried to find the TikTok and we can't find it, but if we do, we will put it in the description. We loved the idea, so we decided to put together a whole list of all the book boyfriends that we've read, and I think we have 4 individual that the other hasn't read yet. So we're just going to go ahead and get started.
We have done this already with our favorite tropes.
Our favorite romance tropes, yes.
And we had fun doing that one. Okay, so we have 4 different categories. We have God tier, ideal boyfriend, sure, why not, and absolutely
not.
And we do have the cover of all the books that we're going to go over at the bottom. So let's get started. Ugly Love.
Ugly Love is first. Strong start. Honestly though, he had a lot of issues.
I hate to say it because I loved this book. It's just he had been through so much.
He has a lot of baggage though. I would say sure, why not. What are you leading towards?
It's either sure, why not, or ideal.
You think he'd be ideal?
I mean, he had just been through so much.
I understand, but he also wasn't communicating that with her.
Yeah. He was just like, don't ask about it. Okay, fine. Sure, why not.
Alright, sure, why not for the first one.
Oh gosh.
November 9. We just filmed a part 2 to our like book talk. Are these book talk books worth it type of thing, and November 9 was on there. If you haven't seen that video, go ahead and watch that one to see our thoughts. But
Mr. Ben.
Mr. Jail Time.
Mr. Jail Time.
For me, that's absolutely not.
I'm gonna say absolutely not as well. I think we had very strong opinions on that.
We do.
I know other people love Ben, even though you see, this is my thing. That is absolutely not. You're gonna compare him to Miles.
Right.
Miles would be like
Miles is
ideal
ideal.
compared to Ben.
Ben, y'all, I don't understand. Let me just move him right on over to absolutely not.
He is like on the top of some people's list.
It's a no for me. Nope. Blocked. As soon as I see him, I just call the cops. So what's next?
It ends with us. Atlas, God tier, come on.
Well, I'm not even including.
Yeah.
He doesn't even exist.
No, he doesn't.
Atlas God tier.
This is Atlas's book.
Honestly, it's Atlas God tier for me. I feel like he'd be an ideal boyfriend. God tier? I'm comparing him to Daddy Reese. Like, it's Atlas God tier.
But he's fantasy.
I know.
Of course Edward's gonna be better than like Noah Centineo. You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying. All right, God tier. I haven't read it. I haven't read that book in a long time.
Yeah.
Like I truly don't remember. I remember what I need to know. You wasted all these years. Like,
but he thought she was happy.
I know.
You look happier. You know that song by Ed Sheeran?
I do now. Okay, we have Off Campus next. I didn't know they got out of order. We're gonna do the deal first to go in order.
Garrett Graham, ideal. I feel like all of them are gonna be ideal.
No. Oh, I don't think so. I think Garrett Graham, ideal. We'll just put him in. A classic, well-rounded man, respectful, just a great guy, great athlete.
I had butterflies reading that book.
He has a great future ahead of him, you know? Just a solid, ideal boyfriend. Your mom would like him, you know? Yeah. He's that kind of guy.
Like, he's gonna be a professional hockey player.
Yeah, like
of course he's ideal.
Future's set.
Yeah.
Love him. Okay. So we have The Mistake, John Logan.
He wasn't my favorite. He was sure, why not. But mine is for a different reason than yours.
What's your reason?
My reason is for the entire mistake.
Oh, The Mistake was dumb.
The Mistake was so dumb.
I liked Logan in his book. It was the rest of the series where I was like, absolutely not. He's making just like weird comments.
You're so hurt about this one compliment he gave that girl. He was just more childish than the rest of them. The other ones had like a grown man kind of attitude, and he just constantly had this little boy.
I'd be settling. Sorry, Grace, but yeah.
Okay.
Sure, why not?
Okay, the score. Who's this? Dean? I loved Dean. I know a lot of people didn't love Dean, but I really did. I think he's ideal. He's up there with Garrett for me personally.
Is he?
Yeah.
Here's what I do like about Dean. He's got the money. You're set, right? But the thing is, and he's like bad boy, like cool vibe, but when that whole there's a situation that happens in the book the way he dealt with it, I was kind of like so disappointed.
I mean, people deal with that kind of stuff differently.
I agree, but it got to the point where I was just constantly disappointed, and I didn't like reading that part of the book because I was just so upset that this is where they were leading him. I do like the ending. I do like Dean overall. I'd give him a sure why not, but you want ideal boyfriend?
I would say he's ideal.
Alright, I'll put him for ideal, but he's not my ideal. Okay. Tucker, he's ideal. He was so sweet. He was perfect in every way.
No, yeah. I don't think I ever had a problem with Tucker.
No.
I don't think he ever did anything that pissed me off.
He's perfect. He's the perfect ideal boyfriend.
Aww.
Alright, that one was easy.
Easy.
Love him. On Honeymooners by Christina Lauren, Mr. Ethan. I don't even really remember him, to be honest. The miscommunication in that book was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Don't call it enemies to lovers when the whole enemies
is miscommunication.
It's just a little miscommunication. Like,
I didn't mind him though. No, there's nothing like crazy that I remember that he did that I like loved. I just know that book was funny and cute. Sure, why not?
Okay, perfect.
Who are we talking about here with A Court of Mist and Fury?
Well, see, I have A Court of Thorns and Roses first.
Okay, so that's like Tamlin.
He's honestly. See, you haven't finished the series.
I mean, I have that same reaction.
There's so many red flags.
Depends on which one you're talking about. If you're talking about A Court of Thorns and Roses, Tamlin himself, I think, would be sure why not.
You're right.
A Court of Mist and Fury, absolutely not.
I wanted to beat this mother. I've never been more upset. I was enraged. If you're right. If we're basing it off of A Court of Thorns and Roses,
he is a sure why not.
He was okay. Sure why not. I agree to that.
Okay.
Daddy Reese in A Court of Mist and Fury.
God tier.
God tier. He should have his own tier. The tier should just be Reese. And he would be up there.
He needs his own category.
Above everyone else. King.
Oh my god.
There's no explanation needed.
The way we knew it though, when we were reading A Court of Thorns and Roses in our vlog.
Just go to the timestamp. We have timestamps. Just the Reese timestamp, okay? We had no idea. No explanation needed. Respectable king. Love him in every way. It's just perfect. Okay, no one will ever top him. You know what? I'm putting him in front because that's just...
Okay.
Okay.
Heartbones. Samson. He was so cute.
I really liked that book.
I did too. His story was crazy.
I would say sure, why not?
Okay.
What are you thinking?
After you said what you just said, yes.
Sure, why not? Alright, we have another Colleen up next. We have Layla.
No.
Honestly, what's this man's name?
Leeds, right?
It's a no for me. I'm sorry.
When I was reading this book, I was like, I can't even believe what I'm reading right now.
Like, so flabbergasted.
I think Colleen took it a little too far with this. Don't you think?
See, Colleen is like an evil genius, though.
Yeah, she is.
Her books, for the people who don't like Colleen Hoover, I think it's people expecting a normal, contemporary romance, just like a straight, lovey-dovey, like, plot, right? You do not get that from her.
You don't.
Her shit is messed up. Like, it's psychologically insane, but that's what makes it so good. I think if you're not a fan of that, you're not gonna like her writing.
And it's always like some kind of plot twist, something unexpected's coming.
Just something just insane.
I mean, okay, but Layla, I was thinking about life differently. After I read Layla, no, I'm serious. Leeds, I would say like absolutely not. Leeds is just weird.
It just was...
like, who does? Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Sorry. Loved the book, but absolutely not.
Loved the book.
Next, we have People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry.
Alex. Who would be sure why not for me?
I would do sure why not.
My problem with him was that he let so much miscommunication go on. That whole book, there was that one thing that happened, and we're trying to figure out what it is that tore the relationship apart, and it was so dumb.
The only reason it's not an absolutely not is because he didn't necessarily do anything awful. He just didn't do anything at all. So, yeah. Sure, why not, I guess. Addicted to You by Kristen Becker Ritchie. I only put this one on because even though we read the first 3 books, it's only been about Lauren and Lily.
Right.
So... we can speak for Lauren. Honestly, though,
I wouldn't say he's ideal because of, like, you know, his problems.
Yeah, I would say sure, why not. He's so supportive. I love him for her. Yeah. However, I don't think I'd personally... he'd be a sure, why not. At least how far we are in the series.
Yeah, he's Sure Why Not, and if he like changed some things, he would be ideal.
Yeah. Verity by Colleen Hoover. Jeremy.
Right.
No.
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 My problem with him, every voice starts with me saying my problem with him.
No, what's yours? Because I got a couple. We are going to go in depth of what we think about Jeremy. If you haven't read Verity by Colleen Hoover, first of all, we highly recommend. But skip to this timestamp because we will be spoiling in 3 seconds. So skip to right here if you don't want to hear any spoilers. If you've read it, stay tuned because what's your issues with Jeremy? He's a whole murderer.
He?
Yes!
Oh, please.
He
I'm not
murders
mad about
Verity.
that. I'm not mad about that.
I'm not necessarily mad about it, but kind of a red flag. You know what I mean?
She was probably going to kill them.
No, he did what
she was going to take their kid and like leave.
Let's say everything in the autobiography was legit and all that stuff was true. That just happened. And you're going to go start sleeping with some girl that just came in?
I don't think any time through this point was that like, I love him.
No.
So
I do think the romance like side saddled the whole main plot of the story, which was like the thriller aspect. So he wasn't even anything to begin with. Just gonna put absolutely not.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of things going on, a lot of different things in that book. All Your Perfects by Colleen. Everyone loves this book.
I mean, I really did enjoy it.
I think that since the main plot of the story is like this struggling marriage and they're trying to like fix things, I can't relate to that.
That was definitely hard to read too.
It was hard to read. It was heavy, and also like I couldn't relate to it, so I didn't love it as much as I loved others.
Yeah. What's his name?
No idea. Graham.
I mean,
no, it's a no. Would you rather put Sure Why Not?
No, we could put absolutely not.
Are you sure?
Yeah, personally I would say no.
These are all awful, right? Back to back to each other. Regretting You.
Who are we talking about
Here's
here?
the thing.
Adam Miller or...
Miller Adams I love.
Was it Miller
It's
Adams?
Miller Adams.
Are you sure?
Yes, and I love him. He wasn't like the main... It's that other guy. What's his name? Miller Adams carried this book. I don't care.
He was
carried.
so cute.
Because the mom side of the plot, I did not like.
Yeah. That was a lot.
If we're talking about Miller Adams, ideal boyfriend.
Yeah,
love him.
Definitely.
Everything about it.
So cute.
He put in the effort. The planning, everything. We picked the YA couple part. X-Hex.
What's his name?
Couldn't tell you. His name was Reese.
Okay.
I don't like that. There can be only one.
Right.
I don't remember him much at all.
No, I don't either.
Like at all.
I know that it was cute though. And I was like rooting for them to be together again. I would just say Sure Why Not.
Yeah, because he didn't do anything to stand out, I don't think. Beautiful Disaster, Travis Maddox.
Ooh.
Here's the thing. For us, this was our very first romance book, right? That's what put us into the genre. So at first, without being able to compare it to anything, we love Travis, right?
I love Travis.
Okay, looking back.
I still love Travis.
Yeah, looking back, I can see why people think that whole book and relationship is toxic.
Oh, yeah.
I do see it now because we've read so many more romance books. But initially, I didn't even think about that stuff. I do see it now, but I do love him because he holds a special place because he was like the first one, you know.
Yeah. I mean, look, I love him, but I think after reading a whole bunch of other books, I didn't understand either. What is the toxicity? I mean, there was a few things that happened.
No, there was toxicity.
There was a few things that happened that, you know, was a lot, but I still loved him.
I would say Sure Why Not.
Okay.
Just like a solid.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. All right. I'm good with that. Okay, so now we're finally to the books that we individually read. So there's 4, I believe, you read on here, or maybe 5. Okay, there's 5 that you read and 4 that I read.
Then we should go like one at a time.
All right.
Confess and then How You Don't Want to Start.
So you go ahead and you can go first.
Okay, so Confess with Owen Gentry. I absolutely loved him.
You did?
The end. Cried throughout the whole ending. I think he gets an ideal.
Okay.
He was like really sweet and caring and all the things.
I love that. For mine, so my first one on here is Punk 57. I just recently read that. So that's Misha. I could put him in either Ideal or Sure Why Not. He didn't necessarily do anything crazy. I think like they're in high school though. Are they in high school?
That's what I was saying. How was that?
He's like 19 though, I think. Put him for Sure Why Not.
Okay.
The reason being, he could have been a little bit better about communication. There was parts throughout the book where I was like, okay, you're pushing it now. Like, it's just time to talk. So I'll put it on Sure Why Not, but there were some good scenes.
Okay, The Wall of Winnipeg and Me, just because he's a football player, I would say a professional football player.
Right.
I would say ideal because, oh my god, that would be special.
Yeah, you're set.
But his attitude,
oh,
I don't know, I feel like he didn't talk through most of it. He didn't communicate. He was just like there. And because he needed something, now he's all of a sudden like ready to be friends or something. I don't know. I would say Sure Why Not.
Okay. So the next one I have solo is The Bridge Kingdom. I just recently read it. I loved it. Such a good duology. Aaron, I actually really liked him. I feel like he deserved a lot. He was so good, honestly. Alright, I'll do Ideal Boyfriend for Mr. Aaron.
Okay, The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Here, I'm mostly referring to Harry Cameron. I would honestly say God tier. Just like, I feel like every person needs someone like that in your life. Your main person. This is your soulmate, whether it's your best friend soulmate, your husband soulmate, whoever. I don't know. I thought that alone was so special. So, I'm gonna cry. God tier.
I love that. Oh my god. Okay, perfect. My next one is A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire. I purposely did not put From Blood and Ash because that one would have been absolutely not for me. But if we're talking about the second one, I do think he redeemed himself a little bit. So Castile in A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire. Honestly, I'm going to put Sure Why Not for now. I think once I read the third book, and then the fourth, I do think he can move up to Ideal Boyfriend. Because there are scenes where I'm like, man, I do love this man. But overall, I'm not there yet. So I'm going to do Sure Why Not for now. We'll see if it gets higher with further reads.
Archer's Voice, Archer Hale, loved him. So sweet, so caring. I mean, let me just get down to it.
Okay.
I would say Ideal, honestly.
Okay.
I really liked him. He didn't do anything wrong. He was sweet the whole time.
My last one is The Honey Dauntless. I'm gonna be real with you, I don't even remember this man.
Oh.
I actually don't even know his name. But if I had to think about it, I feel like it would be a Sure Why Not. I do remember it is a workplace romance. I did like that. It's the only one like that I've read.
Oh.
He was really nice. Under the circumstances they were both under, I do really like him. I'll put Sure Why Not. But nothing memorable, for sure.
The Fine Print, Rowan, Mr. Grumpy. That was the Grumpy Sunshine one. I did think he was really cute towards the end, but he was just kind of like annoying in the beginning. I would say Sure Why Not. But he is the director of Dreamland, which is like Disneyland. So overall, Sure Why Not.
Okay, I think that's like all of them.
That is.
So here's our final list. If we're looking at it, we mostly have Sure Why Not, which I feel like is accurate.
Yeah.
It happens with a lot of books, but God tier, I feel like that's so strong. Or Absolutely Not, remain Absolutely Not. I think this is a pretty good list.
I feel bad because Colleen is definitely my favorite artist, or not artist.
She is an artist.
A work of art. No, but she is one of my favorite writers, and we've had like 3 of her books for Absolutely Not, but it wasn't necessarily the book. It was just
that's going back to what we were saying. She's such a evil genius because she's doing these crazy ass mind-boggling stories, and these men are just insane.
She gets it.
She gets it. I think that about wraps up everything. I really enjoy doing these videos.
Me too.
I think they're so fun, and then we get to like converse. We normally are just ranting about things, but I think they're so funny to film. Let us know if you like these types of videos and like what other ideas you have. Maybe we can do other rankings. We had talked about doing like a ranking of Colleen books.
I think that would be fun. Colleen books, romance books, fantasy books. Like,
I mean, anything really, yeah. I felt like this was trending a while ago, and then like it just stopped.
I know.
Like people stopped using it, but I still think it's really cool. So we are so excited. We recently hit 200 subscribers, which is insane. Literally insane. Thank you so much. I don't know why you guys like watching us, but thank you.
We can tell that you guys love watching Barnes & Noble hauls, going to Barnes & Noble,
which is fine with us.
It just makes us feel better about
buying more books.
Really excited for next month, because next month we want to do reading vlogs.
Definitely leave us suggestions though. Like we want to make content that you guys like actually want to see. So if you have any ideas or anything, definitely let us know. We're always chatting with people in the comment section.
Yeah, we love chatting with you guys, so don't be afraid to throw a comment down there.
We even had some people like DM us on Instagram. Just let us know.
So sweet.
I know.
Message us and we will love to talk to you.
Literally, we have no other book friends. So, like, be our book friend.
Please.
I do think that's going to wrap up our video for today. We had a great time. Let us know in the comments who your top tier book boyfriends are.
As always, we do post new videos every Wednesday and Friday. So if you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe and we will see you guys next time.
Bye.
It's like I'm like popping the
We like can't even hear. It's just static. We also have a new camera. So if it's just all wacky, we're not gonna know until after. Hopefully it's okay.